Hi, friends. I'm Coach Tiffany Harte, joining you today to bring you 3 important tips to help you lose weight over the holiday season, or at least not gain it by eating all the holiday food. They sound like common sense tips, but hang on, watch the entire video because I'm going to share with you some strategies on how to implement these tips so that you are the most successful that you can be with these tips. The first tip I want to share with you is eat before you go. And I know you're thinking, like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. I'm going to eat. Why am I going to eat before I go? Well, let me tell you, I had a client that she used to starve herself all day long so that she could go out to eat for dinner. And then she just felt like she could eat whatever she wanted. But let me tell you what, this strategy did not work. She didn't lose weight with this strategy. It's not good to starve yourself and then cram all of these high calorie foods in at the end of the day. So instead of doing that, eat before you go. So what I mean by that, don't just go and get like a big burger and fries and this big milkshake. That's not what I mean. I mean, have like a nice sized salad or some veggies before, like 2 to 3 hours before you go, so that when you get to your event, you're not as hungry. You won't be shoveling in all these high calorie foods because your body's already like, you know what, we just ate. We're not so hungry. So think about that. You want to think about eating something before you go, but not a high calorie something like vegetables. Vegetables are a good thing. Have some water before you go. Have a good, a little bit of protein, something to keep you from being so crazy hungry when you get to your event. Tip number 2, eat less. And I know you're thinking, okay, wait, of course we know to eat less is how we lose weight because, we know the calories in versus calories out. We know that whole thing, right? Here are some strategies to help you eat less. One is, hey, when you go out to dinner or you go to your holiday event, don't have the appetizers. Don't eat them. Don't eat any of that. Don't eat any of that stuff. Wait on the main course meal. Don't fill up your stomach before you even get to the meal with all of the appetizer things. You can just decide not to eat that stuff. So that's one way to eat less. Another idea to eat less is to split your meal with a companion. So when you order something, you don't have to eat the whole thing yourself. So for example, I went out to dinner with my mom. We got a porterhouse steak, but that is way too much steak for me to eat the whole thing. So we split the steak. We each had our own salad, and then we each ordered our own side of a vegetable. But man, it was way healthier. I didn't get stuffed and I wasn't full, and it just felt really good to be able to eat something that I wanted to eat, but not overstuff myself with too many calories and just too much food. Split your food with someone you're dining with. That can help you to take in less calories. Another strategy to eat less is to use a smaller plate. So often we go and we get the big plate, and then I don't know if you're like me, my mindset just says fill it up. And then I go and I'm piling all this food up on the plate. But what I've learned to do is to just use smaller plates so that if I do fill it up a little more, it's nowhere near what I would eat if I had a bigger plate filling that up. So eat smaller plates. I mean, even if you're going out to dinner, you can ask for a smaller plate. When I went out to dinner with my mom, I used my bread plate to eat and just got the food and put it on there because somehow it's like a mental thing. It's like, I want to fill up the plate. I'm going to eat everything on my plate. That's just the way that I am, right? That's the way I've been for years. I'm going to eat everything on the plate. So for me, it's helpful to have a smaller plate. Another strategy for eating less is get seconds. Aha, but plan to get seconds in the right way. I don't know if you're like me, like I am going to get seconds. I don't care what it is. I'm going to have seconds. So I've learned to plan for that because I know me. I know I'm getting seconds. So my plan for that is when I go in for first, I don't stack up my plate so high with all this food. I might just get like a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of each thing, just a little bit, just to get a taste. Because in my mind, I know I'm probably going to go back for seconds. And then once I've slowly taken my time to eat that, sometimes I find I don't even want seconds. Or if I do, at least I haven't stuffed myself with so many piles of different foods on my plate. I haven't like stuffed myself with all this food and then I'm going back for seconds because it's a mental thing and I think that I'm supposed to get seconds. So start off with a little bit, go back, and then you don't have to get everything. You can get your favorite things and just get another tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of each thing. One thing you can do definitely is eat more of the lower calorie foods. So eat more vegetables as long as they're not like smothered with so much butter and so much cheese, but eat more vegetables, eat more salad, and then just have a little bit of the things that you know are higher calorie. We all know what's good for our body. We know, I mean, if you've been in this game trying to lose weight, or on and off and you've lost weight, you know what to do already, but you have to have some strategies to think about it first. Like think about what you're doing. So think about, should you go in there and have, I mean, I love macaroni and cheese, but am I going to go in there and have like a big, like mound of macaroni and cheese. No, I'll go in there and have a big mound of salad and then a couple of tablespoons of macaroni and cheese. So those are a few strategies of how you can eat less. The next big strategy that I can tell you is to eat calories, don't drink them. That's right. Eat your calories, but don't drink them. So what do I mean by that? So many drinks are so high sugar and they have all these calories that you can just keep drinking them and drinking them and drinking. I know I was a Long Island iced tea girl one time, but think about it. So if you're going to drink alcohol, don't have the Long Island iced tea. Don't have the strawberry margarita or the pina colada, things like that. Think about what could you order that's not going to have as many calories as what you typically get. You have to plan ahead. So go ahead and do a little Google search. What are the skinny drinks that you can drink? Like instead of ordering the big Long Island iced tea or a margarita or a pina colada or the big things with all these calories or having 10 beers, what could you drink? Just maybe 1 or 2 drinks that have way less calories. It's better if you could just cut the alcohol out and don't drink it at all. That would be the best bet. But let's say, you know what, it's the holidays, you're celebrating, you can have a little drinky drink. All right, fine. If you're going to have your little drinky drink, just don't pick the ones that have all the calories. Pick some that have less calories. So you might have to do a little planning ahead and think about it. And it may not be your favorite drink to have, but think about how many calories you're saving by not drinking your calories. You want to eat them instead. Aside from alcohol, don't drink any sugary drinks. So leave the soda alone, the lemonades, all the things with, and the juices, all those things with all the high sugars. Don't drink those things. Think about what can you drink that doesn't have all the sugar. So it sounds really boring when people say, well, drink water, drink lots of water. Yeah, you could drink water, but for me, that's really boring. I don't want to only just drink water. So I've really gotten into like seltzer waters. I mean, they're flavored and they're so good. At first, I didn't like them. I just tasted them out of the can or out of the bottle and they're not so good, but add a little stevia to them. When you add some stevia, you feel like you're actually drinking a soda. Like my favorite one is to get a ginger seltzer water and add a little stevia to it. Feels like I have a ginger ale. So I have one of those every day. So drink seltzer water, but be careful. Some of them do have things in them like aspartame. I know I had a client telling me, oh my goodness, you've got to try this pineapple one. It is so good. It's so amazing. You don't even need to put stevia in it. And then that like sent up a flag for me. Like, wait a minute, you don't need to put any stevia in it. What's in it? So when I look at the packaging, aspartame is in it. So you want to find one that just has natural ingredients as pure as it can get, not all these added things in it, because then it becomes something else. So you're looking for seltzer water and you can just add your own little stevia to it and have your own little soda. So that's one good way to avoid all the calories of the high calorie drinks. Another thing you can do, you can drink herbal teas. I love to make an herbal tea and chill it. My favorite one is peach, nice peach tea, and I put some stevia in it. It's just like I'm having iced tea. I don't miss the sugar at all. So definitely you want to stay away from drinking your calories and you want to go focus more on eating your calories. That way you feel more satisfied. So there you have it. Those are my 3 best tips for losing weight, or at least not gaining weight over the holidays. And this is a good way to keep you from ingesting a lot of added calories. You want to eat before you go, eat less, and eat your calories. Don't drink them. So there you have it. 3 of my favorite tips for losing weight over the holidays or when you go out to dinner. These are things that you can do. And remember, friends, if you find this video helpful, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and ring my bell. That way you get notified every time I put out a new video. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.